Welcome back, everybody, to another Small Engine Saturday. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out. Let's make this one of the best Small Engine live streams on YouTube. Let's go over here in the chat and see what we got. We got Mark C, we got Ronald, we got Froggy, we got Robert Waters, we got Grim, we got David. All right, welcome, everybody. Welcome. 10 people in the house already. Welcome, everybody. We are officially starting to thaw here in Texas. Whew, trying to get this camera set. What's up, old school? What's up, BW? We're starting to thaw here in Texas. Unfortunately, my part of town has not got water. We still don't have water, but it's nice and warm. The snow's almost completely melted off now, but no water. We rent. My sister had a hotel room for us all to get showers and stuff earlier, so that was nice. But no water here, unfortunately. Let everybody chat to each other here. Get their hellos in. I should be back on posting videos. Hopefully I get a video posted next week sometime. All my parts are like delayed because no shipping was, nothing was, I forgot. None was running. None of the mail services was running. Robert Waters. What's up, 2ATVs? Okay, old school. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. So yeah, it should be. We got a welder video, another welder video coming up. Maybe something on the Argo, and I don't know what else. I'm just making it up as I go. Sometimes I don't always have like a plan of videos that I have planned, written down. I'm going to film. Sometimes I just walk out and I'll wake up and I'm like, man, that's a great video idea, and I'll go straight out there and shoot it before I forget it. That's how it usually happens, anyway. Oh, it ain't that bad. Robert Waters. Yeah, no water. In my area of town, there's no water. We got electric. We never lost electric in my house. Everybody, there's a lot of other people lost electric. We didn't lose electric, which is good because the generator didn't run. It's a generator that I use all the time did not want to run. So, guys, if you want to help out my channel, if you don't mind, watch some of my playlist. I need the watch hours so I can get monetized. So, yeah, if y'all want to watch some of my videos and help me get the watch hours so I can start getting that get a little bit of that YouTube money. It ain't much, but it'll help make these videos possible. Also, there's Amazon wish lists and other ways to help down below in the description. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. You know what? 2 ATVs. And that's a generator I use all the time. It powers my welders and stuff in my shop. I don't know why it just wouldn't run. We got some bad gas from the gas station. I showed it last week in the last stream. I'm on town water, Steven. What's up, Andy? Well, thanks for stopping by, Sydney. Too lazy. Sounds about right, Robert. I actually had it backfired. I told y'all this story last week, I'm pretty sure. It actually backfired on me. I used too much ether trying to start it because it just wasn't starting to code. And it backfired and it caught fire. And the only thing I could find, I don't know why I didn't think of the snow that was right beside the generator. No, I grabbed a Mountain Dew and I poured a Mountain Dew on the fire to put it out. It's crazy. I'll put the link in the chat soon because I really don't have a lot to talk about. So I usually use this first little bit to talk to y'all, get everything updated, but just not a whole lot to update y'all on this week. Not a lot going on. So I'll put the link in the chat soon. I live in Central Texas, by Killeen, Texas, by the military base. That's where I live. I would have rather lived in East Texas. Nah, Robert. In Kentucky, it's LA. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on, BW. Unfortunately, I think here, and it's not the workers' fault. It's not nothing to do with the city workers because I got friends that's a friend that works at the water plant. But I do believe the city is to blame for our water situation here. I think they was using funds that they should have been using to keep that stuff maintained and using it for other stuff. This is true, Robert. This is true. Right, two ATVs. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put the link, Mater. Hold on. Mater's always in a hurry. Okay, wait, Mater. Let me put the rules up, Mater. What's up, Mike Hodge? You know what to do, guys. At least have your camera when you first get on, then you can shut it off so we know you ain't a troll. Try to keep the language to a minimum. Try not to talk too much about like politics and stuff like that. You know, just the normal rules that you do in a live stream. All right, now I'll put the link in the chat. It really did. It caught the whole state unprepared. Guys, I need to know something. Should we let Mater on? Should we allow Mater on the stream? I don't know about this, guys. I don't know. What's up, Mater?
What's up, Brandon?
Not much.
It took me a little while, but I had to get the cables and everything run from the modem inside the house all the way out here to the garage. Figured, why not? It's easier for me to come out here and set up shop. That way I can have my cigarettes without being, laying in bed and say, hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Got the heater going. It's like, okay.
This is true 2 ATVs. We got William I in the house. What's up, William?
So what's the weather like down your neck of the woods?
It's nice and warm. You know, it's really muddy from all that snow melting, but if we get water back on, honestly, I don't think it ever feel that bad we had ice and stuff, but I don't think the temperature to me ever felt really that bad. The wind chill was, to me, the wind never really blew hard, so I was out in it. I think what was bad was people, what's bad is we got left without electric and water in a lot of parts of Texas because our grid wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, that's the way it was in this area. I know a lot of people. First of all, hey Grimmy, want to say hi. I know you did a shout out to me, but yeah, I know a lot of people over in the Waxahachie area.
Yeah.
Red Oak.
Hold on, mate. I got a troll in the basement. Ready? Boo!
I think it was just nice that Texas learned about this thing called snow.
Right.
And we know about it, mostly Amarillo.
Yeah, they get pretty good snow up that way.
In Amarillo. Yeah. Like they get that stuff every year, so they're used to it.
Yeah, they get a decent amount.
What's up, Steven? Hey, Ronald. But like I said, there was even people out over towards Cedar Creek Lake area. They were without power and water for like 2 and 3 days. I know, luckily for me, I didn't lose power, I think, for maybe an hour one day, but water stayed on. Luckily, the house is being with the age, being over 100 years old, it doesn't have central heat and air. Everything is gas. So we heat the house with a little, like a Dearborn heater, stoves.
Yeah,
gas.
I wish this house had gas. It had a fireplace, but it rusted out. Like inside of the fireplace, it's all exposed insulation and stuff in there now, so it's not usable.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I know for me, what I'm looking for is probably next 5, maybe 10 years. I'm trying to get things done on the house, trying to get everything fixed up. That's why I got the new roof put on. I'd actually like to be able to sell it, get everything sold, and move back out in the country. The only problem is out there, everything's going to be electric. There's no gas running out there unless I get propane. That's the only problem there. Because I'm tired of the BS from the city.
I think you might be able to get it pretty decent. You get it fixed up, you'll probably get it pretty decent right now. You got all those people moving into closer to these bigger cities from California and stuff here in Texas. So.
Oh, yeah. And I went going to a meeting years ago. And this guy, he was talking about the progress of Dallas and everything. And he was saying that if you look, man, this was probably about 25 years ago. He said, if you look, that everything basically north of I-30, that's where everybody's going to. They're going north of 30 and they're going east 45 or 75. And he said, everybody's doing that. And then he said, give them 20, 25 years, and then everybody was going to start coming south. And yeah, I've noticed that within the last 10 years, there's more and more progress. People building stuff. Coming
Well, I think I
south.
told you this already, but my buddy said they're about to build a massive subdivision there in Godley.
Yep.
Of all places.
Yep. I'm just moving stuff around.
What's up, Wayne?
Get my new stool out that I wanted picking up at that flea market so I can sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, did you see the video I did?
Would have been in Illinois.
What about Illinois?
I said, how's the weather been up that way?
About the same as yours. We just understand what snow and ice is. So.
I think a lot of time here is we don't really bury like our pipelines and stuff really deep here. We never had to.
Nope.
We actually had a gas shortage though, where they weren't supplying gas to all the people with heaters. So they said it had
we
to
were
do
having
with
that
Texas,
problem
but...
here.
Yeah,
I
we
know a lot of the
lost.
power plants. Yep.
Yeah.
Power plants were shut down because they were out of gas. From what I heard, the lines actually froze up.
It was crazy to see those pictures of those big old windmills frozen up solid from it all. That was crazy.
And what about the solar panels? All covered with snow. Hey, Wayne.
You know, I don't have nothing against green energy, but I think you still have to have some kind of backup for it too.
Yeah.
Technically, I think the solar panels are still working.
Yeah. I think coal and natural gas, and of course, to me, I'd have to say nuclear would be the best sources of for be able to get energy. I tell you, the one thing that a lot of places I think are missing out on is they need to really build a power station around garbage dumps. And the reason I'm saying that is if you ever go by one, you'll always see that stack up in the air, that blue flame coming out. That's all the methane gas that's coming off the garbage. I'm going, man, you could, use that as a natural power source. It's all natural.
What's up? I'm probably gonna butcher this. Bocce. I probably butchered that. I'm so bad at saying things. What's up, Nate?
Hey, Bocce.
See, that's the problem.
Yeah, no, I'm hopefully I'm not too bad.
That's the problem, BW. There was a lot of people was having issue with their generators. Nobody was prepared for it. Their generators weren't working. We actually had one of the big HEBs here had to shut down because the generator caught fire because they just weren't prepared for it all. All that wasted food in there.
I heard about Walmart. They actually shut down up in Dallas, and their freezer, of course, having power, all their meats and everything, all the produce and everything was going bad. So they were having to literally, put it all out in the dumpster. People were finding out about it in the dumpster, and the people at Walmart decided to call the Dallas cops on them to keep people away. I'm going, you're throwing this stuff away, and you're actually going to call the cops on keeping people from getting food? That's ridiculous.
The thing is I noticed here in town, it wasn't the big companies. It wasn't the big companies going all out to help everybody. It was all these small businesses opening up their doors, even though they really couldn't afford to, and bringing people in to keep them warm.
That's the problem with big business.
Yep.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people that they were posting on Facebook Marketplace. Talking about having
You seen this
free
here, Mater?
firewood.
Looks like somebody actually found a way to
Oh,
buy brake
Harbor
pads at
Freight's
Harbor
got a
Freight.
drive-through now. Huh?
This was my local Harbor Freight of all things.
They're selling brake pads there.
They got
now,
a drive-through now, huh?
Yeah.
Did you
Crazy.
take a
What's up,
picture?
LNR?
So we're in.
Did you ask where that was at, Mater?
Where was that at?
That was at my local Harbor Freight in Karen Killeen.
I know, but which one? I mean, you got probably how many down that way?
One in Killeen.
There's only one in Killeen. Wow.
Yeah, we have to go all the way to Temple for the other one.
And how far of a drive is it for you?
The Temple? Or to the
Yeah.
one in Killeen? The one in Killeen's
Either
probably 15 minutes away, and the one in in Temple is about an hour away.
Wow. I've got one down in Corsicana that's probably about 20, 25 minutes away. And the one over in Waxahachie is probably about 15, maybe 20 minutes, depending upon traffic. I got one
I don't have a
that's
Harbor Freight
out
within an
in.
hour.
I got Terrell that's about 35 minutes away from me. And then Duncanville's probably about 40. So I got there's probably about 5 different Harbor Freights within an hour from me.
I wish there was like a Northern Tolls here. Every now and then I see good deals on Northern Tolls.
Yeah. Northern Tolls, closest one to me, I've got one up in right there on the Grand Prairie, Arlington border. And then there's another one that's up over in Garland. But they're both about
My closest
45 minutes away from me.
My closest one is is probably over an hour. It's down in Austin.
I'm not that thrilled about Northern Tools, really. I guess maybe I need to go check them out
stuff
again.
I want.
They had a little motorcycle trailer that was enclosed. I was going to see about getting, but I did the research on it, and it's like, no, I'm not going to get it because I think it said top speed's about 45, maybe 50 miles an hour. I'm going, no, because I'm going to be doing, 70, 75 going down the highway in the trike. It's like, no, I ain't going that slow.
Yeah.
I mean, the price was good.
To pull a Harbor Freight trailer, from what I understood and saw of them.
Yeah, I'm talking about that enclosed mobile pool.
I never really liked pulling it.
From what I saw.
I use a Harbor Freight trailer just to pull around the property. It makes a good lawn trailer.
Yeah. Well, for me,
don't
since
use it for street
I like going to different Renaissance festivals. Yeah. But now I got 2 different Renaissance festivals I go to. One of them, of course, is Texas Renaissance Festival. The other one is Sherwood. And both of them actually have on-site camping. And what I'd like to do is be able to have a little trailer so I can put all my camping gear in that pull behind the trike.
Yeah.
I've got I got 3 Coleman stoves. Actually, I got a 4th one. I got to find out where my dad hid it years ago. I got 5 different Coleman lanterns I got working. I got a 6th one I can actually put together soon. Need to do that. I got tents. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
there's
right. They ain't very heavy when they're empty. They bounce.
Yeah.
That's
But
what I
I
always
got
hated about my little
there's
tractor
a
supply trailer.
yeah. Because like see, come April, I got that 2 months. There's a bike rally that they're going to have down at TRF. It's a combination biker / Renaissance rally. It's like, yeah, I'd like to go to that.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like it mixes.
Hey, I'm willing to go check it out. Hey, Shaggy.
I'd like to have photos because I just don't see those two groups getting along.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see it too.
I might just if I wind up going, I'll see about doing a couple of videos, and I'll put like this. Yeah, when I go to, because see, I used to work at Scarborough, which is right by me, and that was about the only time, and I'm not kidding, that's about the only time you would ever see me wearing a pair of tights. I liked it. I didn't mind dressing up in those.
Okay. No, just kidding.
I've got no problem
Hey,
with
I
either
actually got a
group,
$2
but
tip last time.
You do
Hey,
you,
like I
Mater.
said,
You do
I actually got
you.
a tip. I know. Hey, but there's a lot of good-looking women out there. I
I've
mean, if
never
you've
been
never
to a
been to a
Renaissance
Renaissance
festival.
festival, you're missing a lot.
I feel like it'd be like when Nate went to the nude beach in Florida.
Didn't see a lot, huh?
Not that he wanted to see.
Yeah, nobody wanted to say. There we go. That's a nice way to put it.
Hey, you know how you always tell the newcomers to a nude beach?
No.
What's that, Mater?
It's very hard. It's very hard.
Mike Hodge, I've never blew up a Harbor Freight cutoff wheel. I use them all the time. I do a lot of metal fabrication with them.
I actually used to
How are
use
those
Harbor
cutoff
Freight
wheels?
cutoff wheels, and I never had a problem with them. I just found some that were a little bit better priced for what you got. They lasted
Yeah.
longer.
Now, I don't like the
I'll have
flap
to
discs.
try
Their
'em
flap
out.
discs don't last very long.
Hey, Breezy.
What flap
What's up,
disc do you
Breezy?
use?
I was using the Harbor Freight flap disc, but now I usually go to Tractor Supply and get the DeWalt brand. It seems to last a little longer than the Harbor Freight, but still don't last too long.
I
Russ,
just
do you
saw
thaw it
that,
out
Roger.
there over there yet?
So how was that pulling that trailer, Roger? And what your gold wing you got? Also, is it a 2 or a 3 wheel?
Shaggy says, Shaggy. Wait, wrong one. Shaggy, technically, that could happen probably with any cutoff wheel that you get. It's all how you miss. Like, a lot of people, like, shoves into the metal, and you can't do that with a cutoff wheel. You got to kind of let it work itself in.
Yep.
Can't treat it like a hammer.
Everything's a hammer.
And you don't wait until your discs are like this small before you change them out.
Yes, you do. Unless
Here's
you're a
a
rich
hammer.
person.
Hey, Bob, here's a hammer. Here's an old English hammer.
When it
Anything's
boils
a
down
hammer.
to it, a cell phone's a hammer. I don't care.
So it's hammer time, huh? Can't touch this?
Dun 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 dun.
I had to throw that one in there. Oh,
I know. You know, I hear a lot of people say that about. I hear a lot of people say that about 3M, but it always comes back to Robert's comment about rich people.
I thought you were a rich person.
And what comes
Shoot. I think I have $1 left to my name right now. I got like all these repairs finished before the cold, and then the storm, and nobody would come pick them up.
I know the feeling. I've got a garage full. Can't park my truck inside. Nobody wants to pay this time of year.
Nope.
Oh. I had to go turn the
I
heater up just a little bit more.
I do like the 3M Scotch-Brite pads for the die grinder. I know in certain situations you're not supposed to use them on something that's internal engine, but I cleaned a lot of old gasket off of some stuff with them.
I'm starting to think just use a one of those carbide bits on the gasket surface. Why not?
Right? Just put some RTV on there. They'll seal it up.
Real men use what is that? JB Weld for gasket.
There you go, JB Weld. It'll never come off again.
That's true.
Won't leak.
Well, I say it won't leak.
It's permanently
but over time, JB Weld will leak when it comes to gas. I've seen that. I tried to use it on a gas tank on a mower I had one time. I'd get like a month out of it, and then it would start leaking.
You have to plastic weld gas tanks.
Yeah.
That's the perfect thing to seal things up with. Go get you some of these. These are the aluminum rods over at Harbor Freight. I can guarantee you, get it all put on there. No, that's the aluminum. Those aluminum
yeah, but we're talking
rods.
about plastic gas tanks.
I think he's talking about sealing engines.
Oh.
Yeah.
Technically, if you have a surface grinder, you could seal up an engine without using any gaskets. If you get it smooth enough, you can actually seal it without a gasket.
Yeah.
What's up there, Brandon?
Not much.
It's a little. Sorry, it's a little dark. I have my lights off.
No problem.
Hey, Steven.
How are you doing, Nader?
Doing good.
Good.
How you doing?
Good. I'm okay, I guess. Thanks for asking.
I wish UPS would deliver my part for that welder so I can get it out of here.
What part you still looking for?
It's the stator.
Okay.
Oh, electronic.
Yeah, but it's an old K series Kohler on this old, pretty nice welder. I actually like it. Pretty cool looking. It's still in use.
Right.
The guy still uses it in his business.
Our UPS and FedEx is a week behind on all of our parts.
That's what's going on here because of the weather.
For all you small engine guys, people keep on dropping off stuff here all winter so you guys can fix it, and it gets it out of their garages, and they don't pick it up till the spring. They're like using you guys as a storage.
Yep. That's
It's sad.
common.
Yep. That's when you guys have to start charging for storage fees.
They would be messed up here because I don't have really anywhere I can store their stuff indoors. So they bring it here to be stored. It's gonna be stored right outside with everybody else's stuff because I ain't got a place to store it inside.
Got you.
All right, got me a new subscriber. Thank you, Hot Rod.
I'd still
that
charge
thing-
you storage fees, Brandon.
That is a radio tower from the old fire department. So that was for what controlled all of our fire departments and cops down in this part of the country.
Yeah, the weather. I was going to say with the way the weather we've had here lately, we haven't even been having any kind of trucks even show up at my work for deliveries or even pickup. We're going to be getting hit hard come Monday and Tuesday.
And what do you do, Mater?
We do spray painting on different types of fasteners, screws, nuts, bolts, rivets, washers, whatever
Okay.
the customer wants, whatever color. As a matter of fact, I tell everybody, you know those little screws that hold your outlet covers and switch plates on?
Yep.
We paint those.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Yep. Matter of fact, where to put them?
What's that process called? Do you guys like hydrostatic or whatever you call it?
Powder coat?
Powder coat.
No, it's not powder coat. No, it's not powder coat. It's a 4-part mixture. We've got the paint. There's the catalyst, and there's an accelerator, and then there's also a thinner.
So it's an epoxy.
Oh, okay.
Like this right here, we got a customer. I'm not going to say who it is, but they can get that in a little bit closer. But this is some of the stuff that they send us. This is for one order, and I think it was for just over 300,000 of these. Now this is stainless steel, so anything we get that's stainless steel, we have to add primer to it, and then we can paint it. But anything zinc plated, like those outlet screws, we can paint those straight away.
Gotcha.
And then
So if y'all
after they're painted, of course, they're dried. Then we run them through the oven at 275 degrees.
If you ever wonder why Mater's so goofy, it's because he breathes in all those paint fumes all day.
Yep. Yeah. You can always tell when I've been painting at work.
Yeah.
You see, I get it on my hands all the time. I got some Southwest white. I got a little bit of B60, B160 bronze.
They must have some sort of some sort of a holder, huh? Like a little dot holder, huh? For them, maybe.
As far as putting screws in, well, we got there's metal boards that we use to get everything racked up in. And of course, depending upon the size of the screw, depends on how big the holes are in the boards.
Sure.
And then, like I said, then it's got the paint gun that I've got. I think last time I checked, they were running almost $800.
Gotcha. And do you have a
paint gun,
like an oven that bakes it on, or is it just air dried? Did you hear me?
Well, it's we air dry it first, and then in the oven. We put 2 carts in at a time, and each cart can hold up to like 20 boards of, say, like a 14 screw. We'll put like 20 boards of that on there, and we'll stick 2 of the parts.
Later, 2 ATVs.
Okay. So you're probably doing like what, like 10,000 at a time?
No, I'm trying to think. I know the boards that hold those light switch screws. I think those are. I think each board. I'm thinking like around 5,000 screws each.
Oh,
and
board,
we're gonna put 24. Each board I think holds about 5,000 screws, and then we'll put like 20 boards on a one cart.
20 times 24, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Well, you're looking at what? Say 5. So you're looking at a good 100 or almost 250,000 screws at one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, we do that. We send out. I think we're sending out about 5 pallets a week of just those outlet screws. 5 a week.
Yep. And there's multiple colors. It was like white, tan, yellow, black, white, whatever. Multiple colors.
Yeah. Well, the most common is going to be appliance white.
Sure.
Then we'll do almond. Then we got ivory. We, as a matter of fact, this week we're having to send out some black. We have done brown. We have done red.
Gotcha. And they what? Go to the company who probably sorts it with the covers.
Yep. I'm not going to say who it is.
Yeah. All right. It doesn't matter.
Right. But yeah, I mean, they're the ones that they do the get them all the molding and everything done, and they got their machine that gets them all bagged up.
Right.
But then we got another customer that let's see, going on 6 years ago, they sent us one order for some. There were 7 by 1/2 inch washer head screw, and all thing they do is they use them for putting rain gutters together with.
Okay.
Check this out. The order for 24 million screws.
Wow.
Yeah, 24 million.
That'll keep going for a while.
Pallets. Yeah, but it was 42 pallets.
42 pallets is a million. The 42 million.
Yep, like I said, 40. Hey, Brandon, you get out because there ain't enough room in there for the both of us.
You know what? It's just gonna be the Mater show now. Hold on. There you go. It's the Mater show.
Hey, I'm just answering his question.
It's the Mater show now.
I was wondering where you went, Brandon.
I really did.
Oh, Jimmy, they don't wear white for that. It's to match the rest of the appliances.
What'd you say, Brandon? You don't have too much to say, you said?
What? I was saying, Robert, I need to enter some of those giveaways that he keeps winning on.
You do? I got a the CR10 Max printer from the contest. They have one going on now.
I need to do stuff like that because I'm so when it got cold and it snowed, and there was nothing else to do because they didn't have parts. They would have killed a lot of boredom.
Yeah.
All you have to do is learn CAD.
Yeah. I was
What's
watching
next
so
on
many
that
YouTube
Argo
videos on the Argo.
Yeah,
I need
what's
to clean the
next?
I gotta clean the carburetor on that Vanguard. Take it off that water pump thingy mabobber, pressure washer thingy mabobber, and get it ready to set in. But I'm waiting for him to get a clutch for it.
Okay.
I don't know,
Hey,
Andy. I
Brandon,
don't think I can do a white toolbox.
Hey, Brandon, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Those Cub Cadet tractors you got,
Mm-hmm.
they got a regular differential on the rear end, don't they?
Differential and like side the transaxle. Yeah,
Yeah, inside
they
the
have
transaxle. They got like a ring and pinion gear in them.
It's got a spider gear.
Okay. What are you going to do? Are those yours or are those customers?
Oh no, one belongs to my uncle and one belongs to Ray.
Okay.
I sold most of my projects off. Pretty much everybody's projects in my field is other people's projects.
Because I wouldn't mind finding one of those just for the rear end section and maybe the transmission to use up for building on for that dragster.
You missed it. My buddy gives away one, and he was in Enos.
And you didn't let me know? All
I
right,
didn't know you was looking for one.
You didn't let me know about it. He was up here in Ennis and didn't let me know. Okay. I see how you are.
Wheel Horse, I believe, makes the rear ends that you're looking for, Major. Now,
Who?
Wheel Horse, I believe, the old wheel horses.
You ain't getting my wheel horse, mater.
Everybody wants them, right?
That thing.
They're not as valuable as they used to be. I think a lot of people are actually using car transmissions or rear ends for the new pulling tractors.
Right. That's what they're using, the wheel horses. Yep. I think
Well, Robert, I don't know.
Wheel.
Robert, I don't know if you ever got to play around with them because I know you don't do a lot. You don't do old stuff, but those old Panthers or whatever garden tractors, they had Chevy transmission or rear ends cut down from the factory. That's what was used in those.
Right, like the Chevy Chevettes, right?
Something like that, yeah. And they were just cut down.
Yep.
Yeah, but people are that are buying the tractors around here are actually using the actual gearboxes from a Chevy car.
Right.
They're not even looking for the Cub Cadets or the wheel horses anymore.
Correct. I was thinking about trying to build like one of them Palominos with the little Chevy Chevette rear ends and the Chevy Chevette transmissions.
Oh, shove it.
I was thinking about like the Palomino, like the old Jeep looking things. But putting the Chevy Chevette and the Chevy transmission underneath it. I was gonna ask Brandon, what's the smallest motor you could put into it? Like a Ford Festiva or like a Chevy Chevette? You could put that in one of them, right?
Honestly, it depends on your fabrication skills. You pretty much could probably add anything you want if you got the skills to do it.
Gotcha.
Heck, you could put a Viper engine in a Craftsman lawnmower if you do enough fabrication.
Well, sure, but I mean, to make it look correctly, I mean, you would want to put like you probably wouldn't want to put a front wheel drive one in there like a Festiva. You'd probably want to use like a Chevy Chevette, which is a rear end. But they don't make a 3-cylinder Chevy motor, do they? Or maybe that Geo Metro, isn't that a Chevy motor? Is that real drive?
Who made Geo? I
Geo,
can't remember.
Chevy, I
Geo
believe.
Was the Metro was I think made by Toyota.
Oh, was it the Geo Metro, the Geo Storm?
pretty much
because there was about
go-karts.
3 different manufacturers. Yeah, there was about 3 different manufacturers that actually made Geo itself. Because there was Toyota, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there was Honda and Suzuki. Because if you look
Well,
at
yeah,
the Geo Tracker, it was
right. Same with
actually a
Suzuki.
it was a Suzuki Samurai.
Right, Suzuki Samurai or the Grand
Everything about
Vitara.
it is, yeah, and the thing about
Yeah,
it is, what was real funny is open up the hood. You had to reach in the glove box to pull the hood release lever.
yeah, and the Geos. Yep.
Yep, but that was in the Geo Tracker,
Correct.
right?
I
But
just
as
had
far
a
as the
I just had a Suzuki Grand Vitara. I hit a dealer with it, and they totaled it out because they couldn't get the parts cheap enough to fix it. And all I did was
yeah,
break a grill and a bumper.
now the Geo Metro, no, that was a 3-cylinder.
Well, correct, but was it front wheel drive or rear wheel drive? I think it was front wheel drive, though, right?
It was front wheel drive.
Yeah, see, I want like the Chevy Chevette rear wheel drive, but I was looking for like a 3-cylinder, not like a 4-cylinder.
Well, like Brandon was saying, you can depend upon your fabrications, you can make about anything. I was actually out at the Motorplex one time, and
Yeah,
someone had a rail dragster. They
yeah.
actually took the 4-cylinder out of a front wheel drive car and made it up to, I don't remember what kind of bell housing and transmission and everything, but they actually had it in the dragster as a rear wheel drive, and they were doing like 150 with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because that'd be weird because you would have to plug off the other side of the, if it's a front wheel drive, you'd still have to turn the engine and you'd still have an axle port coming out the other side. So you'd have to cap it off or something like that or balance it.
No, well, see, they didn't use the transaxle from the factory. They actually used a different kind of bell housing for it. But
Oh,
they had the see, yeah, they had the engine sitting in there, going like
right,
normal, like a
right,
regular 4-cylinder inline 4. But
right.
they hand fabricated or they did something to make their own bell housing with some kind of a way hooking up to the rear end of the dragster.
Right.
I had to go check that thing out. That thing was something to go see.
Yeah. So Brandon, to answer my question, did you know of any motor like that, like a 3-cylinder that's rear wheel drive?
The only thing I have knowledge on is, like I told Jimmy in the chat, I know some guys that's putting those 3-cylinder Kubota diesels in garden tractors and stuff, but that's about it. I don't have much experience in that kind of stuff.
Okay, so a Kubota diesel.
Yeah.
And what year would that be around?
They're still making those.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let me warn you though, they ain't cheap. Even finding just the one that with the just for the engine could
Yeah.
set you back a couple $1,000s or more.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Now Ford, they've actually got a 3-cylinder diesel also
Do they?
in their tractors. Yeah. You can find the Series 2000, 3000, 4, and 5000. I believe the 5000. But I know the 2, 3, and 4. They came out with 3-cylinder diesels.
Because I'm not looking for fast. I'm looking for something small and like manageable.
Briggs made a 3-cylinder gas engine you might go come up with.
How many horsepower?
Probably, they might be up to 30. I don't know.
I also knew a guy use an engine out of a reefer pack, Perkins out of a reefer pack.
Perkins would be a, for that one would actually be Shapiro.
I want them like low end torque.
I mean, diesel's going to give you better low end torque on that.
But most definitely. I don't know too much about diesel. I don't know anything about diesel though.
Simpler than a gas by technology.
Right.
Hey, Brandon. Hey.
Yep.
Let's go get a Merlin and put in a lawnmower.
I mean, it's possible if it's all about the money. You know, skills of money. That's what it takes to build a project. Skills of money.
Now, do you know what Merlin I'm talking about?
No, not really.
That's that V12 they had in the P51 D Mustangs. The Rolls Royce or Packard built Merlin.
Yeah, I think it's going to need some serious frame modifications.
Yeah, very frame modifications on that one. I think it's only putting out what about 3,000 horses?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Roger has those big old lawnmowers with the big with the 3-cylinder diesel engines in them. The Toro, and I think they're all Toros. I can't remember. I think he has a yellow one with a different brand.
My son's going to school for fabrication and welding, so I figured maybe we could do it as a project, as a father-son project.
There you go.
A 3-cylinder Mitsubishi. What mower company has that?
Toro Groundmaster.
Huh. I didn't know. I thought they were using Daihatsu.
His is some of the older ones, but they're pretty cool.
Oh, they're older ones? Then they are Daihatsu.
Yeah.
Daihatsu used the Mitsubishi name for a while.
Later, Arnold.
The new Mitsubishis are made in China.
See you, BW.
Yeah, with one of his mowers, I could probably mow my yard in one swoop with that mower.
Hey, Brandon, if I can find the information, I do know there was it was basically a junkyard for nothing but Ford tractors. And it's probably about an hour and a half away. Yeah.
They also call those Ford dealerships.
That's all they have is tractors. No, it wasn't a dealership. This was an actual junkyard, but it's nothing but Ford tractors. And I can find the information. I'll try and get a hold of them and see if they have any 3-cylinder diesel engines. But they're not going to be cheap. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. I want to get a little diesel tractor, like a small diesel tractor when I sell my Farmall Cub.
All right, I'm going to dip out of the live chat. I'm going to have to do a few things. All right, but I'll still be on the chat, but just not in the live chat.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you.
All right. Jimmy, I don't remember where it was. Man, you're talking. I went out there one time, and that was probably 15, maybe 20 years ago. I had to go get the new lift cylinder for my tractor I had at the time. And I forget how much it was that they wanted for it, but I mean, they had nothing but Ford stuff. It's somewhere they're east of me. Like I said, they were about an hour and a half away.
So going closer to the Louisiana border.
Yeah, getting out that way.
There's more farmland out that way.
Yeah. I mean, there's farmland all around me. I mean, even going south, it don't matter. You go, north, east, south, or west around me. There's basically all you got is nothing but farmland. But
Jimmy, I buy a lot of my garden tractor parts out of Pennsylvania. A lot of the dealers that sell the used garden tractor parts are in Pennsylvania. I think a lot of those guys are like Mennonite or stuff. But they actually are pretty cheap on parts for used parts for those old garden tractors.
Believe it or not, Mennonites do a lot of mower parts.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, technically, Small Engine Warehouse was Mennonite at one time. The Amish also do a lot of mower parts.
Yep. They just do it during the daylight.
Yeah, they're hard to buy online, but the largest supplier of engines in the country is an Amish man. Just good luck getting him to call you back.
Yeah.
One of the best cadet parts guy, I think he's Mennonite, and what is his name? He's out of Pennsylvania, and he's got a massive shop just for parting out those mowers, garden tractors and stuff. This is a shop most people can only dream about. It's nice.
The nicest shop I've ever been in was
Pennsylvania.
A Amish man in Indiana. He's got 3 horsepower engines running mills and lathes, and he controls a lot of the engine flow. I guarantee you, he's shocked.
North. Everybody needs to come down. They need to get that stuff down here to Texas, make it easier for us.
Well, me and Ray had a talk about this and why it never hit big in Texas, because farming in Texas was usually always big scale cotton farms and stuff like that. Like normal plowing that they do up there, like moldboard plowing stuff, didn't work down here. Different growing conditions. You use chisel plows down here. You don't use moldboards or anything like that because it don't work here.
Yeah. Yeah, you usually get them big old tractors that, kind of like that Ford 4000 that I had. It was a 4-cylinder. And, it was a big old diesel tractor. Put that 5-foot mower deck on the back. That brush hog, man, it cut almost anything down. Trying to do that with a riding tractor? Nope. Forget it.
Well, also, if you look, all your suppliers were once up here. I mean, John Deere was from Illinois. Case, I think, wasn't that like Michigan or Wisconsin, something like that?
Yeah.
It was all up here.
Will Horse, Indiana. Cub Cadet, Louisville.
I think Cub was Georgia. Kubota's overseas. They're imported.
Oh, are they? That's what I was thinking. Something again? That's me in Espanol.
If we're talking about parting out, honestly, there's not a lot of those mowers around here to part out. And I hate dealing with eBay. I really hate dealing with eBay. eBay's terrible.
I like it. But, Brandon, if you ever hear anybody's got one of those Cub Cadet mowers that's, junk, with the blown mowers, the engine's blown, but the rear end is still all good, give me a holler. Like I said, I'd like to be able to find one of those.
My buddy in E up that your way finds them all the time, so I'll have him keep an eye out for you.
Okay, that'll work. Because, like I said, the only thing I'm gonna be using it for is parts, so I can see about getting. I still want to see about getting that dragster built using one of those those Predator 670s I've got. I just got to get everything worked out. Of course, I got to get my other garage cleaned out so I can get started on getting the materials.
Miguel, I'm doing pretty good, but we still have no water here. We did get into a hotel just to take showers, but for the day. What's up, Doc?
Hey, Doc.
Doc is north of Robert.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's out in the suburbs of Chicago, if I remember right.
Ooh.
Just call it hell. It's simpler.
Right?
By the way, what do you think of my ashtray?
Does it say
I get
flammable
those
on the side?
all the time for work. Do what?
Does it say flammable on the side?
Yeah. Flammable liquid. It's our what we use for it's our primer that we use at work, and I can pick. I'll wait till these things been sitting for a couple of days after they've gotten emptied out. That way, everything inside is all dried and everything.
Now, Jimmy, if he fills that ashtray with ashes, he knows he's broke with the price of cigarettes.
Well, luckily for me, Murphy's right around the corner from me. I've been getting a 3-pack of my Camels with tax and everything for like $18.
You'd be surprised that the I don't know how it is now, but the cigarette prices in Kentucky used to be so good that everybody from out of states was coming in there, buying up cartons and sticking them across the border, bootlegging them across the border because they were so cheap.
Yep. It's just like going on a cruise ship. I mean, you can buy a carton of, I think, Marlboros for like $45. And that was
Kentucky's gone up on cigarettes, though. They stopped growing tobacco, and that basically kind of ended all the tax breaks for cigarettes.
Yeah, we stopped growing. We grew tobacco for generations until about 20 years ago. When my grandpa died, which was pretty much the time that they were starting to push people out of tobacco growing anyway. So that was the last time we grew tobacco.
They're starting to grow it again just across the river a little bit because apparently tobacco may be the cure for cancer. Ironic, but
right.
Now I tell you what, you talk about that, how they always say, smoking is always, bad for your health. And, back on December 12th, the ministry, we had our Christmas party, and there was 13 of us there. 11 came down with, COVID. And me and one other guy who's smoking everything, we didn't get it. Now, I did wind up getting it later on, but it's like the only symptom I had was a little bit of a runny nose and a slight fever, and that was it. Yeah, Mike, I know. Everybody told me that.
The promising crop in Kentucky they're doing tests with, though, is they're starting to grow. They opened back up industrial hemp crops. You have to have a permit right now, but it looks promising for the people that stopped growing tobacco.
Well, they're growing weed here in Illinois, and it's promising for small farmers.
Well, yeah, but that's different. See, that was the argument. I actually read up a lot on that, and logging companies back in the day ran the hemp business out of business because they was feeding everybody the lie that the industrial hemp was marijuana and had all this THC, but it was replacing, it was killing out the logging industry. So that's why they was pushing it. I read a whole article on that one time.
I actually thought about trying to get a permit to do marijuana in the back building.
Yeah.
But it was like $10,000, and I backed off.
Yep. Yeah. Y'all see all the marijuana farms they got out there in California.
They got them in Oklahoma now too. Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado.
There's 3 weed farms in this county that I know about.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet they got some high security there.
2 of them do. The other one, no.
Really?
Apparently, in Illinois, if you can go get a license or whatever says you need marijuana for medical reasons, you can grow them in your yard. So,
Wow.
like 5 plants or something like that. Cops say they're not going to go after anybody. So essentially, it's a free for all down here.
My brother-in-law got busted with some pot one time, and the cop just got him with some lower fine because it was his first offense. And he said, "Look here, man. If I could get away with it, I'd be smoking it too." It was never my thing, so I can't say that.
Yeah. Man, I tell you, I went to on a cruise 2 years ago, and our first stop was over in Jamaica. Oh man, you would not believe how many people came up to me wanting to know if I wanted something good to smoke. And I mean, I had people left and right, wanting to sell it to me. And I made a comment to the bus driver, and he was going, "You need some? I'll get you some." I'm going,
Yeah.
Really? I mean, it's like everybody around here. It's legal
part of their
here
religion.
Now. But I've never smoked weed. Thought about trying it now that it's legal, but I have no problems growing it if they would let me.
So I tried the oil one time. It did nothing. It did nothing to me. So I was like, "What the heck is this? It's not worth me. It's just another thing to waste money on."
Yeah. Now I'll admit, I did try some years ago, but it's like, that's not for me. I never got into that. Now, the only thing I've ever gotten into, of course, my cigarettes. I like a drink every now and then. But as far as doing the illegal drugs, nah, that was not my style. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah, but see, they're legal here.
Witchcraft.
But now, it's like now going down there, when I was down there in Jamaica, I found out later on that, you can have up to, I think, 2 ounces, and they're not going to say anything. Because, I mean, when I was even out there at the beach, I went up walking by a table, and there was like 5 guys just sitting there, and they all had them fired up. They just catch the whiff of it.
Oh, that sucks. You got caught with distribution of weed now, and now it's legal.
Damn.
Though I could see the reason. I can see some of the reasoning behind that, because I know the cost of living around that Chicago area, from what I see, is pretty high, even in the bad parts of town, which probably all of the town is bad part of town, but cost of living is pretty high.
Heck yeah, it is. I paid more for a parking space in Chicago than I did a house in Indiana.
It's crazy.
That's one place I'll never go back.
And then they got that mayor that looks psycho. She looks so psycho. She looks like she just escaped out of a mental hospital.
Hey, they can just be glad that she's not an active part of the mob.
Right? I don't know. My brother-in-law swears when they had that one mayor that was in all that there was less stuff going on than after he was gone.
You talking about Daley?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know much about Illinois.
Daley
politics.
was pretty much, I think, part of the mob. But technically, if you went into the mob areas, you could leave $100 on your dash and your windows rolled down, keys in the ignition, brand new sports car, leave it overnight, and it'd stay there. People just didn't want to. They didn't screw with the mob areas. They were tight, perfect little neighborhoods.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know about Chicago is what the Blues Brothers had to say about it.
I don't think that's real, but I hated it, but I don't think it was quite what everybody else says it is. I guess I did get carjacked there once.
Yeah, that was a funny story you said.
What kind of cars you have?
It was in 2000. It was a 2000 Camaro I had.
Wow. Why would anybody want to steal that?
Beats me. It's sitting in my back building right now. It only has like 40,000 miles on it. My wife won't get in it.
Now, I can understand if it was a Challenger.
I wanted a Mustang, couldn't get one that year.
A Mustang?
Should have bought a pickup truck. I was young and stupid and didn't realize that a man needs a pickup truck.
Yeah. Well, actually, I looked online earlier at an auction site, and I'm looking at it. It's a white four-door, it's an 07 Dodge truck, and the only two things I can see that are wrong with it is it looks like it's got a blown right front tire, and the front bumper is dented in real bad. But the bid price for it was like $300. I'm going, I'm gonna have to go check that thing out. I mean, $300 for an 07 Dodge, crew cab.
Transmission's out.
For my taste.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's got that blown right front tire, and I mean that tire's shredded. So I'm thinking, whoever it was, tire blew out, and they hit something.
Mater. Trust me, it's a Dodge. The transmission's bad. If you get it, go ahead and take it to the transmission shop. The transmission's bad.
Why would you say that?
Out.
Nope.
Because Dodges are terrible on transmission problems. We've owned a few, and I know a lot of people. Even the transmission shop says Dodge keeps them in business with all the transmissions they rebuild.
I've had, Dodge almost all my life, and I've only had one that's ever given me problems, and that was it. The only thing I've ever had that ever gave me a problem was that 64 Chevy I had, and I think when 4 years I had it, I think I went through about 3 different motors, and the last one is because it threw a rod through the side of the block while I was going down the road doing about 55.
Normally, that's a lack of oil issue there.
Now, it was full of oil. I mean, I think maybe a month or so before it happened, I changed the oil in it too.
An El Camino wouldn't be I mean, that's as close as I think I could ever get to a car now.
The mullet of cars.
Now, that's one thing I've always wondered. Is it a car or is it a pickup? What is it?
It's a car.
If
it can't pull a house off its foundation, it's a car. Anything under a 3/4 ton is a car.
I just want something I can be able, hopefully things get turned around here, which they are for me financially. And I can see about getting me another dirt track car built. But I just need something to be able to pull it with. My little Dodge Caliber ain't going to do that.
Just don't get you an SUV and call it a truck and say you're going to pull something with it. Those are station wagons.
They do that in Texas. SUVs in Texas are just called trucks.
No, they're station wagons.
Facebook.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that Durango.
It's still a station wagon.
05 Durango. Well, no, I had that 05 Durango with the 5.7 Hemi in it. And I wound up getting that after some guy wound up pulling out in front of me and totaling my little minivan I had. And I actually went up there and with my 16-foot car hauler and behind the Durango, put that minivan up on there. I was going down the highway doing 65, 70, no problem.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the Dodge Durango. It's just a station wagon.
No, it's not. Well, okay. You say it's a station wagon. I'm going to say it's a station wagon on steroids.
Okay, it's a jacked up station wagon, but it's a station wagon.
Yeah. A very jacked up one.
Miguel says he says my MKF Ranger 2.3 could pull a Suburban uphill. We pulled a 16-foot trailer with this little Ranger, and my dad has. Not that I would recommend it, but it will pull it. Scary, but it will pull it.
Hey, Jimmy. Yeah, that's what my boss and his son at work they race. They actually have the Formula V. As a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, they were down at Circuit of the Americas down there in Austin racing. You get that little Volkswagen engine with the reverse transaxle built up. Because usually on VW they get that from the factory the engines were in the very back, behind the transaxle. They get them set up where they're actually in front of the transaxle. Hey, Mike, was it the Turbo TA?
Mike Hodge, that's why I wouldn't let my mom, when she got her new car, she got this Chevy car out here. She wanted a Dodge Charger, and it's like, you know what? I did all that work on that Dodge Charger. It's crazy all the work that it needed done, and the parts was so extremely high. It's like, don't go with the Dodge Charger.
What was the last year they made the Dodge Charger?
Hi, Mark. I think they still make the newer models, don't they?
Yeah, they ain't no Dodge Charger. That's a Chrysler 300 with the Charger badge on it. When they start making the Dodge Charger back into a two-door, then it'll be a Charger. A four-door, no. Yeah, they might still they got a car out there they call the Dodge Charger, but it's a four-door family sedan, and the Dodge Charger was always a two-door. Even when Mitsubishi was making them, they still had them in a two-door. That's what
Mitsubishi should not have been able to use a Charger now.
Yeah. Well, at least they got the Challenger correct. They kept that as a two-door. And they kept that the same body style as what they had.
Yeah, when you spend when it takes the Mike Hodge, me and you are friends on Facebook, and yes, I've seen the Trans Am. I never commented on it, but yeah, that thing's pretty awesome. That Dodge Charger, or the so-called Dodge Charger, made her for you. I'll say that. The power steering pump alone was $1,000. Electric power
Did I
steering
actually hear
pump.
somebody say Trans Ams were awesome?
It was pretty cool. The one they was fixing up was pretty cool.
I thought we could be friends.
Hey, Brandon, that's something I was going to say. Thanks
cool.
for thanks for accepting my request on Facebook.
Yeah, no problem.
You sure
Around
were
here, they
quick.
call Trans Ams screaming chickens.
Yep, that was the hood symbol. Yep.
My uncle
Now,
always tubbed out. My uncle always tubbed out Monte Carlos for drag cars.
I did drag race it was an 80 turbo Trans Am years ago. My cousin down in Houston, she actually bought it and then gave it to her brother, and he wound up getting a wreck with it, and he parked it. And a first wife's car, it was in need of repair, and I was telling her about the TA, and she goes, "Well, do you still have it?" Because she liked Pontiac. And I called him up. He said, "Yep, it's still parked in the garage." I said, "What are you going to do with it?" He goes, "Nothing. Why?" He says, "I was just wondering if I can come get it." He goes, "Come get it. It's yours."
Later, Doc.
So we wound up making the drive all the way down there and loaded it up, and then came back with it. And I was going to put a transmission in it because that's the only thing he did was he just took the transmission out of it for his buddy's car. Next thing I know, she wanted getting our little S10 two-door Blazer. So I was like, didn't need, the TA anymore. And she says, "Will the engine and the Grand Prix work in there?" I go, "Yeah, they should. Both Pontiacs." She goes, "Well, why don't you pull the motor and transmission out of that, put it in the TA, and make a drag car of it?" Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Mike Hodge's comment. He was talking about the Dodge. Hey, Mike Hodge, that Dodge Charger. I don't think that guy ever got that engine replaced. That I was telling you about, that the shop said it was rod knock, and you said you think it could also have been like a lever in there, and it could have not been rod knock. Anyway, I wasn't tearing into a full engine because I had nowhere to tear into it. I don't think he ever got that fixed. But on that Dodge Charger, I did. I replaced the water pump, power steering pump, the drive shaft twice because he went to the junkyard. I recommend not going to a junkyard for a drive shaft because you never know. You're probably getting it out of a wrecked car. And it was off balance, so we had to get a new one. Alternator, sensor. I replaced so much stuff on that car. I probably did $5,000 or $6,000 worth of work to that car by the time it was in it, said and done. It was crazy.
Wow.
What they pay you for labor then? Nothing.
Nah. He didn't pay me like good, but I made pretty good. I didn't make like full shop rates like $125 an hour, but I made pretty decent off of it. And that was with me and when I had my cousin here working with me, so I had to split the money with him on that job.
Yeah.
That's
the only
probably
car I
cost you a
still
lot.
wish I had. I still wish I had my my dirt track car. I had a 70 Dodge Charger I picked up out of a junkyard for $75, and that's from a guy that was racing modifieds at the time. And I think I had $100 in machine work from the guy that actually owned the racetrack. And then maybe about 300 in the engine rebuild parts, like all the gaskets, rings, rod, main bearing, stuff like that. And that was a standard bore 383 in that car. I never even did anything to the transmission at all. And the only other thing I did was I took out the stock 272 gears in it, and I went to a 323. Should have went to like a 370 or a 390 style gear, maybe like a 411.
So you know that road out? Yeah, you know that road out in front of me, Mater?
Yeah.
The road I live on. Well, you know how it goes straight on? It goes pretty straight. Yeah. Well, I let my dad test drive that customer's Dodge Charger after it was done, and I rode with him, and he got down the highway, and he had that car over 100 miles an hour going down that road.
Wow.
Yeah.
100 miles an hour with all them lights long through there? Wow.
No. You was on the backside. If you go back the other way, down past my house, it's all open field. Right. Road with no lights.
Wow. I didn't go that far. But yeah, man, that's like what?
3 miles of
that's
open road.
2 lanes each way, yeah.
Oh, and Mike Hodge, you probably heard the story already. So I replaced the alternator for him, and then he saw there was a recall on the alternator after I replaced it. So he went to the Dodge dealership and got it replaced, even though the new one replaced after I put the new one on there. And then I got a call that night from him. Oh, man, my battery's dead. The Dodge dealership forgot to hook up the main wire to the alternator. It was just floating around there, sparking on metal.
Damn, that's bad.
Yep.
Yeah, but there ain't nothing wrong with the Dodge. I mean, you know, I've had less problems with a Mopar than I have with a Chevy or a Ford. I know my parents, they had a I can't remember what year. But it was a Crown Vic, and my dad he dropped my mom off at work one day, and then I was on his way to work. The oil light came on. He took it to the Ford dealership, and they were saying that it's probably the plastic gear inside the oil pump that's gone bad. I'm going, a plastic oil pump? Well, got the car to the house. I got the car up off the ground, and I had jacked the engine up. Get the motor mounts disconnected, just so I could be able to pull the oil pan out. I wound up getting that done and replace the oil pump. And when I wound up doing all that, I found it wasn't really the oil pump; it was the damn pickup screen had gotten all clogged up with gunk, and it wasn't allowing oil to come in. So I wound up cleaning that up and cleaning the top end of the engine off, and it wound up getting some more up in there. But that was the only problem we ever had with it, was the fact that the pickup screen had gotten clogged up.
I still got my mom's Ford Explorer tore apart back in the back. I think the easiest way that's going to be to do it, to get the timing fixed right, is to go ahead and pull the engine fully out so I can do the back side and the front side both at the same time. And that's going to be the only way to get it done right, completely done right.
So that Ford finally exploded all over?
No, it didn't explode when I let that thing jump time when I was trying to, when I installed the head back. It broke the timing. It broke the timing guides, chain guides.
Yeah, well, we used to call the Ford Explorers the Ford Exploders. because they had so many problems with them. Yeah, I agree. Get some tannerite for it. That'll get that engine out in a heartbeat.
It's actually not a bad vehicle. And you know, this was all caused by a spark plug hole that got so messed up that it wasn't repairable. Those aluminum
Damn.
heads on that 4.0 was such junk.
Yeah.
I actually thought
Hey,
about it
Shaggy,
in my college.
Yeah. Because, hey, Shaggy, you got to remember that Mopar is, that's all Chrysler, Dodge, and Plymouth. So back, now I'm not saying now. Well, actually, it's still going to be today. But you got to consider the engines between a Chrysler, Dodge, and a Plymouth. They were all the same. It didn't matter if you had a Chrysler 318 or a Plymouth 318. It was still a 318. Same way with Dodge. So they were still, between the three platforms, you were still running the same engine, transmissions, wiring. All thing they did was they just had different bodies. It's kind of like 1970. Plymouth, they actually had 5 different. They actually made 5 different cars, and it was all basically the same body with different trims. You had the Belvedere, you had Satellite, you had the Roadrunner, GTX, and you had the Superbird. They were all the same car, but different trim levels, all by Plymouth.
Here's a 4.0 with a warranty on eBay for $800.
What you cackling about over there, Bob? Hey, Brandon, I got an easy way for you to fix that Explorer. Take the radiator cap off, run a new vehicle underneath it.
It's been a good Explorer. It's got a completely rebuilt transmission under it that's not even that old. But the bad part is we got a lot of money. So right now we got so much money is I could have bought another engine for it cheaper than, like he said, my college said you can get $300 all day there. Well, trying to bought the head from the junkyard for $150. There's another $150 at the machine shop to make sure to have the head completely gone through. So that was $300 right there, and then all the gaskets and stuff, and then the timing chains.
Right.
Yeah, I could have bought another engine.
You got any pick and pulls down your way?
We do, but man, I would hate to stand out there. It was a pain in the ass just to pull that head. Well, I use bad language. It was a pain to pull a head out in the summer sun. Out in that, I'd hate to have to pull a whole engine.
Yeah, because I know pick and pull, I got about 4 or 5 of them up this way. And man, you can go pick up engines and everything out there for a couple of $100. I mean, I get the text messages from them from one particular one. I mean, they got where you can get different things every now and then for like starting like $10, $15. I mean, I think with seats I got. Look at my. I think that we're running a special where you get the seats and everything for like $15.
I looked right now, Mike, and right now a used engine from that place is the cheapest is $1,600, which probably ain't bad. Well, here's one for no, they go cheaper. Okay, hold on, we're going cheaper. Oh nope, they go higher, cheaper, higher. Looks like 1,300 is the cheapest they got. Oh, here's one for 1,000 in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. So the shipping probably be high on that.
Probably.
That is a thing, and like my college is talking about, and my uncle finds parts all the time in Ohio and Kentucky cheap at the junkyards. Here we pay for like 10 times more in the junkyard for parts. I don't know why.
It depends upon what junkyard you're going to. I mean, and of course, some parts are going to be, more than others, depending upon the manufacturer. I mean, you can find, here you can find Chevy parts, dime a dozen, and of course now, like when you want to start going to say like Lincoln or Mercury, Cadillac, stuff like that, then yeah, you're going to pay more money. But it depends upon the yard and everything. So I say it just depends.
Sorry guys, I'm searching for that part. No, I'm not doing a Shaggy. I don't even have a place to do it at. Oh, I forgot to check the $1,300. Here's one for $950. That's cheaper, $950. $800, $700, $500. And it's in Fort Worth. For $500, it's worth the trip to Fort Worth.
How much?
$500.
That's still not bad. Like I said, I do know, like I said, there's, places around me. Like I said, there's pick and pulls all around that they've always got that kind of stuff. I'm looking right now. I thought it was through text, but no, it's a nice email I got. I'm looking right now. There we go.
Wow, this one looks exactly like my mom's Explorer. Yeah, we got plenty of pick and pulls, but I don't. My college, I wish it was closer when it broke down, when this all happened.
Yeah, like right now, the thing they sent me was, all seats are like $15 each. Hey, send me the information on that Thawed, and I'll see if I can see what I can find up my way.
Okay. Yeah, when I was talking to Jamie about it, she told me if she would have knew before I started on that cylinder head, she would have probably just told me to get another engine because it would have been cheaper and easier in the long run. And I probably should have just went that route, but I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, probably would have been. I didn't know those things came with an aluminum head on them.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, right then and there, something like that to me, an aluminum head on something like that.
Ford wasn't the only one that did that. Ford also didn't have, Ford wasn't the only one that had the issue. There was a few car companies that came out with aluminum heads that had the same issue, so. Mike Hodge is up there by Jack Hanna. Oh God, Shaggy.
Oh, yeah, it's a little cool now. I gotta turn this thing up a little bit more. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go inside the house and get me a nice hot cup of coffee and get me my jacket. It's starting to get a little cool out here.
I will look into getting that engine. I don't think April's too close. There's no way we're gonna be able to move in April. I don't think. There's so much stuff to do between now and April. There's no way to leave in April. Maybe this summer when the season slows down, because we died down like into July when it gets real hot and the grass starts dying out. Business kind of dies down for me because nobody's cutting grass. Shaggy, I don't have a place to run it through. Jimmy, we're in talks of going to Kentucky. Mike lives by the zoo. Jack Hanna's hanging out. Actually, I went to that zoo one time. I went to visit some family. My uncle in Ohio. I actually went to that zoo there in Columbus. Robert, my house is a zoo. We got dogs, iguanas. You name it, we got it. Used to have a lot more animals. We downsized. You don't live too far. Okay, Mike Hodge, I'm not up to date with my zoo or my Ohio. My Ohio knowledge. I just know it's somewhere in the Columbus area. My uncle lives closer to the Indiana border side. He lives in Germantown. I'll wait for him to reply to that comment. Later, Jimmy. Thanks for stopping by. Mike Hodges is ignoring that comment. I'm just gonna put it up here. I bet you did. Bobby gets arrested in Germantown all the time.
All right, what kind of trouble did y'all have get into that I missed?
Just them joking around with Mike Hodge.
I see Mike got those fancy silver bracelets there in Germantown. I bet they got a nice hotel there too, don't they?
It's a small town. I don't know. I'll ask my cousin. Let me see if I can call Bobby. Bobby will tell us. He's been there a couple times.
All right, take care, Jimmy. Like I say, it's take your time leaving, but hurry your mule up getting back. That's the cleanest I'm going to say it. Oh.
My uncle actually likes it in Germantown where he lives. He was living out in Trenton, Hodge. He's living out in Trenton for a little while.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide if I want to go through, go down to Germantown. When I go down to Fredericksburg. Hey, Mike, watch your language. Trying to keep it family friendly.
I think that ship sailed a long time ago. As long as they don't get too super raunchy and they start picking on me. I don't think they're going to pick on me yet because they ain't paying me.
Oh, they ain't paying you, then what? Never mind, I'm not going to say it.
I'm trying to get paid, Mater.
I know, that's why I'm trying to keep it clean. Don't get the lava soap out.
I need 1,500 more watch hours. So you got to start watching my videos, Mater.
I've been watching them. I'm usually one of the first ones as soon as you got it up.
No. You got to go all the way back 4 years ago and watch the first video and go through them all. There's only 350 of them.
Is that all? Take me, about 10 minutes?
Yeah. 10 minutes, 10 years. Who knows?
I think right now, last time I checked, I'm about ready to hit the big 5-0 as far as subs.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Taking me, almost a year to get there? Of course, there's different channels I'm getting on.
No. It was I say to keep it somewhat clean because I'm starting to get close to YouTube getting paid, but anyway, Mater, you wouldn't believe all the stuff I had to do to get to 500 subs.
I can probably believe it. I mean, I'm doing quite a bit now as it is, just to even get to the point that I'm at. Of course, one thing, so not helping is I can only do about maybe one or two videos a week. And that's usually on the weekends when I have time to do it because the job I've got, I'm going in at like 8 o'clock in the morning and we're there till like 7 o'clock at night. By the time I get home, I'm tired. I just don't feel like doing anything. It's very rare I actually do get out on a weeknight and get something done unless it's something that I absolutely positively have to do. And it's like, okay, I'll get the camera going.
I just started filming everybody else's stuff on the job, so I had stuff to post.
Well, I know the first video I ever posted was, like I said, it was over a year ago, and it was one of the guys I know. He was on his way home, and he got into a death wobble on his bike going into a curve, and going over in the ditch and everything. It wasn't the fall, and landing in the ditch is what killed him. It's when his bike landed on top of him. That's what did him in. Yeah, we're talking. I think his bike was probably weighing about 700 pounds. So, it don't matter if he was wearing a helmet, the jacket, gloves, all that kind of stuff. When you got about 700 pounds landing right on top of you, it don't matter if you got that kind of gear and everything on. It's gonna get to you. And the first video I did was we did a memorial ride for him, and I started got my camera out or got my phone out. I just started videotaping all the people that were coming back. I think we had I'd say between 200 and 300 bikes show up for it.
They had that happen here a couple weeks ago. A lady died. A motorcycle, a biker has been around here for years. She got killed in a motorcycle accident, and they must have been over 300 bikes go down Clear Creek.
Yep. Okay, I've been riding now for going on 6 years, and I know that for me, I've had several incidents where people just do not pay attention. I know that I'd say about a month ago, I was riding down the road and I literally had this lady come out of a side street and did not even look to the left, and she just pulled out. And I mean, I'm just laying on the horn at her. That's the biggest problem.
We don't even want to know, Shaggy. We don't even want to know. It was a different kind of gun that night.
Yeah. Oh man, I've had those kind of comments post up, on videos I get. It was like, no, I don't want those. I don't want those kind of, comments.
So, I was gonna say, a lot of because my dad's a tow truck driver. A lot of the accidents he's seen where people survived real bad motorcycle accidents are the ones that just let go of the bike and just hopped off. They took the road rash. But honestly, you never know how you would react. That stuff happens in a split second. So,
actually, that is actually the best thing to do is to actually just get off the bike.
Yep.
That's probably the best thing to do because, right? I mean, the road rash, you're going to live. But if you're still on the bike and everything, no. I mean, years ago when I was still living up in Irving, the girlfriend I had at the time, we were on our way over to her sister's house over in Garland, and we were coming up. It was right there where you got Northwest Highway, where it goes up underneath 35, and where Loop 12 splits off and everything. And we had the green light, and like nobody was moving. It was like, what's going on? All of a sudden, we seen everybody just running, getting out of their cars, running to the other side. And come to find out, some idiot, and that's the nicest way I'm going to say it, stole a pickup truck, and as a Jeep was going through the intersection. The guy in the pickup truck ran the red light, hit the Jeep. No, and anyways, it flipped over and landed on top of one of the guys on a motorcycle. There was two of them going through the intersection. But that Jeep actually had flipped over on top of one of the guys. Both motor mounts had literally broken loose, and the engine was sitting on the hood and popped the hood down. It took 7 guys to pick that Jeep up and pull the guy out that was, on the motorcycle. He was still on it. And tell you how bad it was. The kickstand had literally gone through his leg. He had a compound fracture and everything. By the time I got there, since I knew first aid, I took his belt off and applied it, made a tourniquet out of it right above his knee. And I stayed with him all the way till paramedics got there. And I told him, says, hey, I got this on here. So, yeah, I put it right above his knee because it was right below the knee is where he was. I could see the blood and everything coming out. But anyways, I wound up contacting the hospital and talked to the guy and find out what room he was in. About 2 days later, I went and saw him, and I come to find out that I think it was like either 6 or 7 pints of blood that he'd lost, and that if I hadn't been there to put that, apply the tourniquet and everything, he would have bled out right then and there. Yeah, Mike, that'd be nice. The only thing is I got to have a good girlfriend first that would be a wife. That's the only thing. I ain't been able to find one yet.
Then you got this comment.
I've had relationships. Yeah. Like I said, I've had relationships.
Robert's on the road tonight.
Yeah. And the last ones I've had, they didn't last.
I'm just all by myself.
No, you can stay down there and clean. I ain't gonna come give you anything. There's only one thing I've ever given you besides a hard time. And that was something in green. Which right now I'm using it as
Rosie Palmer.
Let's say, because I'm using that. What I got from you is a table for my laptop right now.
Really?
Yeah. I know one thing. That little impact driver you threw in, that sure has helped out too. I've already used it a couple of times on these Coleman stoves. Have to take them apart.
Awesome.
Yep. I know that. Was it that 3/8? Or no, it was. You had that Cobalt Flex ratchet in there. That the ratcheting part was all messed up. It was all froze up from rust. I used that evapor rust and everything inside the little ultrasonic cleaner. It got it all taken good care of.
Awesome.
Yep. I'm actually looking at buying another one. Those ultrasonic cleaners, I found them on eBay. I found that was it 15 liter? I think for about $130. I'm going. That ain't that much more than what I paid for that little 2.5 liter I got from Harbor Freight.
Sue, you must have been talking to Princess Jamie because she kind of says the same thing.
Yeah, I wish that my second one had never happened. The second time I got married wound up in a divorce. The first one wound up being a widower.
I always figured I'd probably end up being. I always thought I'd end up being like the uncles from Secondhand Lions. You know, in a house in the middle of nowhere and a yacht in the pond. That's the way I figured life out was going to be for me.
Hey, I wouldn't mind having that Stearman they had. Just don't wreck it.
Yeah.
Man, I would. That's one thing I would love to do is have me be able to fly a plane. I know that for me, I've got a chance to go to several different air shows over the past several years. Are you familiar with the B-17, the Memphis Belle?
Mm-hmm.
I actually got a chance to meet the pilot, Captain Morgan, and the left waist gunner, Tony Nastal. And that's when I was out in Memphis. And then, you remember the name of the pilot of the Enola Gay?
I do not.
Paul Tibbets. You know, because that was the plane that dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. I saw him off in the distance and heard him over the loud system. I wish I could have met him now.
Oh, I think I watched the video on that. The whole flat crew was talking about it. I guess they all had like eye issues and stuff after that.
Yep. Yeah, because they weren't that far away when, as a matter of fact, some of them were even talking that they could even feel the shockwave and everything in the plane.
There's also a documentary, and it was about the I think it was the Royal Navy from the UK. They had their guys out on the boats when it happened, and they told them to look away from the blast and sit with their hands over their eyes.
That was actually right, but that was that was after World War II. That was actually, I believe, the Bikini Atoll when they were out there doing all those tests and everything. But as far as all the B-17s that can still fly, I've got a chance to see. I think there's either 12 or 13 of them, and I've seen 7. And unfortunately, 2 of them are no longer around. Liberty Bell, that's one that I think was in. I can't remember. I think it was Ohio. Anyways, it several years ago, it wound up crashing into a cornfield. And then what was it last year? 909, not 909, but yeah, 909 wound up crashing again, but it was coming into that airport and got totally destroyed. And, killed almost everybody on board. Now, the plane I want to see is Doc. I've seen Fifi, but Doc is the newest B-29 that can fly. There's only 2 of them still in the world that are flight worthy. But anybody that's into airplanes and everything, especially the World War II stuff, I was out there in Midland back in '99 for the air show they had out there. And you're talking, they had Texas Raiders, Thunderbird, Sentimental Journey, Aluminum Overcast, and Chucky all flying, right behind each other, and then followed up by Fifi, which is, like I said, at that time was the only flying B-29 in the world.
$15.
Hey, Baki, yeah, that I'll agree. Yeah, that was one
Thanks
of
for
the best
stopping by,
days
Robert. Talk to you
that happened to
later.
me. All right, take it easy, Robert. Oh,
I got people running my
That's-
playlist. Guys, those of you, if you're all watching that's running my playlist, I appreciate it, guys.
hey, Brandon, I'll go back and I'll start looking at some of the your older videos. That way, I can get you some hours up.
Well, if you can do it, if you have a computer that you can do it with, if you can just hit like the play all and just walk away. That's what a lot of people was doing.
I can do that. I can definitely do that.
Hours.
Hey, I can, I usually go to sleep. I can't sleep with being quiet. I gotta have some kind of noise. So what I can do is I can always pull it all up
I'm the
and
same way. I have to watch. I have to have a TV on.
yeah. I just usually I'll get my laptop sitting there on the bed next to me, and I'll just find something that's gonna be about 30 to 45 minutes, and I'll turn the volume down. I'll just roll over. It's like I'll be listening to it. It's like next thing I know is I'm out and everything.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. And Sue, I appreciate it. Yeah. It used to be when we go to sleep when I was younger, my mom always at night, TV Land, at a certain time had the reruns of MASH on. So it always went to bed so da 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 da.
Yep.
Da, 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 da,
Mobile.
da.
Yep. Mobile Army Surgical Hospital.
Mike Hodge, he was doing the 21 burger challenge, and he ate 12, and he got tired after eating 12.
Wow. Yeah, I wound up going out to I don't know if you've heard of it, but there's a place called Best Burger Barn. Got about 3 of them over in this area. They actually have one that I think the guy said was about 8 inches tall. And I forget how many pieces of meat and everything are on it, but that's one of their challenges they've got.
Yeah. Yeah, TV Land. My mom always was big on TV Land. Now, we don't have regular TV anymore. We used to have regular TV, but we just have streaming services now. We ain't had regular cable in forever.
I haven't had cable, and I don't remember how many years because right now we got Direct TV. So, and right now, believe it or not, I haven't really been watching that much TV. My TV actually stays off most of the time because I come home, I pop down, I get the computer on, and it's like, okay, what's on YouTube? Who's doing what? Who's got what posted, and everything.
Yeah. I usually
I
watch
tell you,
YouTube stuff before bed.
yeah, I tell you, I really do like YouTube. For the simple fact is that there's stuff that I have not, I had no idea about, and it's like, oh, give me an example. It's a Redstone, this Redstone propane heater I picked up from Tractor Supply, and I know I got it for I think about $65 when I think they're usually about 150.
Yeah.
And someone had bought it, and I think because it got cold, and they just returned it. So nothing wrong with it. And it's like before we start getting all that cold weather, I brought it in.
There's
Hooked
an
it all
auction
up.
house in Waco. There's an auction house in Waco that sells all the new return stuff, and most of the stuff is just stuff people return because they didn't want it.
Yeah,
I bought a lot of stuff from there.
Yeah. Well, the problem with this one here, well, Waco's not that far from me. But anyways, this one here, I could get the pilot light to stay lit, but as soon as I, let off the button and everything, it would go out. It was like, what's going on? What I do? I just went inside and did a search on YouTube, and it's like, oh, okay. I came out here, did exactly what the guy said to do. Worked fine. It's a there's a little tip over switch that's up inside there, and there's 2 white wires coming off of it. All I did was I just took another piece of wire, took the insulation off the ends, stuck them in, both connectors. It's working.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing, I love about YouTube is like you can go on there and you can find out about anything. All you got to do is, type in a search, boom. You'll probably have about 10 to 15 different videos on that one item.
Well, guys, I'm probably gonna have to get off of here soon, but I'm doing a Monday live stream now too. It's a little earlier. It's 5 p.m. Central Time. I took over Tampa Boy Customs spot on Mondays while he's taking his break. So I've been doing a Monday stream too.
I'll be there.
So be sure to come over there. And guys, if you can't run my playlist, please run my playlist because I need the watch time. I'm 1,500 hours away, so I really need the watch time. Wait, hold on. Shaggy has a question for you.
Shaggy, it's a what they call a redstone propane heater. Hang on, I get this turned around.
Okay, let's give him a minute.
Let's see, I'm trying to get it in where. See, it's this one right here. Like I say, it runs off the propane off the tanks you get from a like your propane just ran out, but it runs off the same propane bottle as your barbecue grills.
Hodge has a question.
I can. You gonna join in? Because the only thing I got, if I do again, it's not going to be very long because tomorrow, I got church. We got our monthly club meeting, and then shortly after that, we're going to be getting on the road over to Fort Worth because it's the time for the monthly United Clubs meeting. So I got a big day ahead of me tomorrow.
All right, so I guess Mater's going to do a short one right after this. I guess Mater hosts the after party. So anyway, guys, I will see y'all Monday, 5 p.m. Central Time for a Monday stream, and then Saturday again. And I hope I get a video out sometime this week. But anyway, guys, I will see y'all in the next one. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, I'll be there, Brandon.